Alright, let's go see if I can go talk to Mrs. Patrice and see if I can get some more info out of that. Something that Sydney said has got me thinking. He said that there was a person who always attended the Scarlet Star parties. Think I need to find out a little more about that person. Okay. Would it be Mary? Yeah, I'm gonna talk to her first, see what's up. Hello there, Mr. Hyde. Mrs. Patrice, you wouldn't by any chance have any free time at the moment, would you? As a matter of fact, I would. There's something I'd like to ask you. And what might that be? I'd like to hear about your court case. Nah, she won't tell me. Husband. I'd like to hear about your husband. Why would you want to know about him? When we last spoke, you told me a little about your late husband. You said he enjoyed jazz music and even used to play the saxophone. That's right. Must confess, I'm into jazz music too. I often listen to it in my room. But this kind of jazz always features a saxophone, don't you think? Well, if you say so. So once I heard that your late husband played it, I suddenly became interested. Would you be so kind as to tell me a little more about him? Why, certainly, since you ask so nicely. Please come inside. Fucking knew it. She would not... Even if I asked her, she would not tell me about that court case shit. Hell no. Mrs. Patrice, your husband played this tenor saxophone, didn't he? Yes, that's right. When did he start? As a pro, I mean. He was already part of an established band at the age of 20, so he must have studied how to play it somewhere. Do you know where? Told me that he taught himself how to play, and that he was into jazz from the moment he was born. What kind of person was he? He was a real gentleman, both masculine and invigorating at the same time. His qualities guaranteed him a hit with the ladies. When did he throw in the towel and stop playing? I'm sorry? Well, he went on to run several eateries around town, didn't he? He was a regular guest at the hotel restaurant here too, right? I told you that, Mr. Hyde. I don't... So, of what I said, it really wouldn't implicate Sydney, would it? Sydney from the cafe. Fuck. It's the honest truth. Please excuse me, Mr. Hyde. I fucked up. See, I thought he was talking about don't mention anything involving me telling you about the court case or whatever. I looked it up. Not just keep his name entirely out of it, just in everything about it. Found out all about him from an old newspaper article I got from the library. It was right there alongside one about your court case. Seems like you've gone to great length to investigate me, Mr. Hyde. Doesn't it? Tell me, why is it that you've been investigating me? Told you, I'm interested. Keen to learn more about the kind of stuff your late husband played. Not to mention about you, seeing as you're a widow just like my mom. I see. So you know everything it would seem. Ah. Miss Patrice. Will you tell me what I want to know, or what is so funny? Will you tell me what I want to know? I will. We're this close to parting ways forever, and you've chosen not to now to grow an interest in me. Perhaps it's fate, Mr. Hyde. Mrs. Patrice. I'll answer your questions. I was suspected of murdering my husband. That was 13 years ago. When he and I were living together, our house was burgled one day. The burglar struck me and knocked me unconscious. When I awoke, my husband's body was laying lifeless beside me. In my right hand, I was clutching the gun that was used to kill him. I was framed by somebody. The evidence was more than sufficient for them to hold me as a suspect, but it seemed that fate smiled on me that day, and I was declared innocent. Was the real culprit caught? Nah, never found him. And though I was declared innocent, people will always remember the accusations, mudsticks, or whatever the saying is. What you said about my late husband is true, Mr. Hyde. He was a regular face at the place when it was a hotel. On the day I was acquitted, I took control of the money my husband left to me, and purchased the hotel. I wanted to own the place he held so dear when he was alive. And that, Mr. Hyde, is all this lonely widow can tell you. Huh. That appears to be the phone. Would you mind waiting here for me, Mr. Hyde? Mags makes her way into the other room to answer the phone. Guess I better stay here until she's done. Now I think of it. I'm sure there's a photo of her husband around here. Probably. Right, let's see. Picture has signatures of George and Margaret on it. This must be a picture of Mags when she was younger. She's wearing a very uniquely designed necklace. Photographs of two women. Based on their clothes, they must be dancers. Pretty old picture. Photograph in a frame. Photos of a cheerful young woman. Man playing a tenor saxophone in the picture. Must be George Patrice. Huh. Door to the room opens and Mags walks in. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Hyde. It's no problem. Took the liberty of looking at the pictures on the shelf. Ah, these old things. When was the picture of you and your husband taken? Right after we were married? That necklace you see still gets worn today. It's a present from my late husband and is a one of a kind. It's an impressive item, that's for sure. I love this picture of us more than any of the others I have. I'm sure your mother has one of her own that she values above the rest too. As Mags utters those words, I think to myself, Mom doesn't have a single picture of her and Dad. Not one. Picture hanging on the wall with the two women. Is one of them you? You're absolutely right. Can you tell, though, Mr. Hyde? Tell which one of them is me? Fuck, I didn't look. Left. Afraid not. The one on the right? Looks like you're not as adept at identifying people as I would have thought. No, because I didn't fucking look at the picture. Barely. Who's the woman in the shot with you? She was a dear friend of mine. Fellow dancer. Dancer? Yes, maybe hard to believe now, but I was once a dancer. Oh. What's wrong? My head. It hurts. Are you okay? Buster Wolf. Sometimes I get like this. So, my reminder of the events that took place during that awful time 13 years ago. Better rest. I'll leave you in peace. It's very kind of you. But before you go, Mr. Hyde, may I ask a favor? Please keep what I've told you today to yourself. I swear, I won't breathe a word to anyone. Okay, time for me to be on my way. Indeed. Leave Mags's room. Mags. Seems she's had a somewhat colorful life. Mr. Hyde, huh? Dylan. Can I speak to you? What's it about? You went to Mrs. Patrice's room, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. What the two of you talk about in there? Ooh. Husband, sure. There's a few things I wanted to ask. Interesting. Yeah, bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't tell him anything anymore. Kind of out of the blue though, wasn't it? I mean, why are you interested in him all of a sudden? I like jazz. One of my favorite hobbies is listening to jazz music. Her husband was a musician who played the sax. I went to ask her about it. I see. You curious? No, not really. Anyway, I've got to be on my way. Just want to try to course correct as much as possible. Goes directly into Mags's room. It's my pager. Better head back to my room. Let's do it. Alright, now I know for future reference, don't tell Dylan shit. Which I probably should have figured already, but, you know, it's been a day. I didn't quite remember immediately. Not the most, forefront of my mind to be like, oh yeah, Dylan's kind of, like, sketchy. About, like, many things. Time to give Rachel a call. Red Crown, how may I help you? It's Kyle. Got some information for you on Jack Green. What'd you find out? Well, his name appeared in the 1967 obituaries. It said that Jack Green, a 30-year-old reporter, died in a car accident due to major internal complications and blood loss. Car accident. Did you see who he reported for? Yeah, it did. It was Los Angeles Beat, same place as Rex Foster. Were the two closely connected? Yeah, they were. Spent 3 years working together in the editorial department. And what's more interesting is when Rex Foster quit his job, he quit there just 3 weeks after Jack Green's death. After that, things really got strange. What way? Turns out that Jack Green's final article was about the organized crime group Condor. The title was, unsurprisingly, The Truth Behind Condor. It was actually the first part of a series, but Green ended up dying, so only the first part was ever published. Really need to get a closer look at that article, Rachel. Understood. I'll see if I can get hold of a copy for you. Counting on you. There's something else that stood out too. It's about the area the accident happened in. The location was along Route 971. I knew there was something familiar about the place, so I looked it up. It happened on a road between the Los Angeles Beat Company building and Hotel Cape West. There seems to be lots of factors that suggest this was more than a coincidence. You're right. Lastly, I've got a message for you from Ed. Left me a message? He said that there must be some kind of clue that connects the guests who attended the regular parties held at the hotel and the Scarlet Star. That's all he told me. I'll be in touch when I have more information. Jack Green died 13 years ago. He was writing an article about Condor. Also the message I received from Ed, the one about the connection between the Scarlet Star and the party guests. Now I think about it, Sydney said something too. He'd always be around when the hotel was having an evening event. In particular, he always came to the parties they called Scarlet Star. Every month, Hotel Cape West would hold a party on a date with the number 6 in it. Fuck, I think I know where that key goes to. The key I got with the baseball, it goes to the fucking safe. Probably on the 4th floor. Because the dude was a safe cracker. His parties would be called Scarlet Star. Now, I could be wrong on that, but that's my guess. Guests who attended the Scarlet Star parties, that's it. Maybe the photo album I found on the 4th floor can shed some light. Old photo album. What am I looking for in these? Dude, I don't know. Nothing stands out. Still nothing. I'm gonna click on everyone. Until something happens. Alright, next picture. Still no. Nope. Nah. Next series of pictures. Ain't this. Hello there, red dress. Oh hey, it's her. Hey, I know that necklace. Of course. That's the necklace Mags always has hanging around her neck. Which means this woman, it's Mags' Patrice. Just as I thought, Mags is in the picture of the Scarlet Star party. Looks like she's just earned herself another chat with me. Back to Mags. Hopefully Dylan can fuck right off and not, like, you know, always be there somehow, whenever I'm trying to have a fucking conversation. Hey. Mince, I don't know I don't fucking know French, man. I'm not gonna try. Looks like somebody didn't want to be seen, am I right? It's nothing. So did you hand back the spare key to 205 like you said you would, huh? That's right, I didn't. What are you doing in there, Charles? That would be... Quit stalling, spit it out. What's the matter? Did I catch you up to no good or something? Anyway, get back inside. We got stuff to discuss. Are you the fucker writing the letters? Well, are ya? Charles, tell me, what were you up to in here? I can't say. Is the French accent fucking bullshit? Now you listen here. Why can't you tell me? Because I don't want to. Besides, it has nothing to do with you. Charles, you're not helping yourself, you know. You're acting really suspicious. Now tell me. Tell me. What are you up to in here? I can't say. Bullshit. Were you up to no good? No, it's not like that. Why are you accusing me when you have no proof of anything? If you're innocent, then you'll have no problem telling me what you were doing. Told you, I don't want to. I'm not interested in telling someone who branded me as guilty on a whim. I'm not feeling very well. Please leave me alone. Fuck you. Charles, I don't want to talk to you. Were you writing something? Mr. Hyde? What are you doing? What the fuck? Am I supposed to just leave? It's no good. Can't go without talking to Charles. I can't say. What's he hiding? Yeah, I'm trying to fucking figure that shit out too. Charles, listen to me. I'm sorry I doubted you. That's okay. Should have been a little more controlled when you found me. Just can't believe you were so keen to keep it a secret. It's not that. I'm just a little shaken up. I was doing something I didn't want other people to know about. Is it creepy sex things? I'm embarrassed that you found me, Mr. Hyde. What don't you want other people to know? I don't want them to know that I'm working on a script in here. A script? For what? It's a screenplay for a movie, actually. I plan to enter it into a screenplay competition. Screenplay? And you're writing it in here? Can't you do it in your own room? Don't ask me that. I'm coming here to do it because I want to make it more authentic. Oh, fuck off. There's only a couple of days until I have to submit it. Please, Mr. Hyde. Let me continue to use this room until then. Don't tell Mrs. Patrice. Mr. Hyde, this is my one big chance. Fucking art types. Fucking assholes. What do you mean by more authentic? Billy left his old typewriter in this room and I'm writing my screenplay on that. It's the key to making me look like a pro to the people who check the entries. Are you serious? Could you possibly make any less sense if you tried? Typewriter Billy left in this room. It's not a standard one. It's very special. He's now a top Hollywood screenwriter, but when he started out, he used this very typewriter. And there's something very special about it, like it has some sort of power. That's why I'm using it to write my screenplay on. I'm sure it's going to guarantee my screenplay will be successful. If it's a typewriter that's so special, can't you just take it to your own room? No, I have to write it in this room. What made you believe in all this superstitious stuff? Doesn't matter. What does matter is that I do believe and I must finish. Fuck you. Why is this your one big chance? Because if the screenplay doesn't make me successful, I'm gonna have to leave my university and return to France. Is that so? I made a promise to my grandfather. If I can't make a name for myself during my year here, I have to return home. You're given a fucking year? A single year? Just one. That's not enough. Then I'll have to take over the family business. Family business? Does that sound strange to you, Mr. Hyde? Not really. I'm just surprised that someone of your class is living in a place like this. It's unexpected, that's all. Did you choose this place so you can study how other people live their lives? Or were you just curious about something? Neither. Searched for this place and decided I had to live here. You did? Wanted to use this building's secret as a basis for my screenplay. What the fuck is that secret, though? What do you mean by secret, Charles? Well, Mr. Hyde, you know that there was an incident here, right? You know, back when it was a hotel. Did everyone know about this but me? What kind of incident was it? A murder. When this place was still a hotel 13 years ago, somebody was murdered here. So he knows about the murder of Kathy McGrath. How come you know about that? I heard the story from my grandfather before coming to study here. He visited LA on a number of occasions in the past on business. He even stayed here a few times. He even knew that on the final day of the building functioning as a hotel, somebody was killed. I was in awe of what he told me. When I came to LA, I investigated the place that was once the hotel, and discovered that not only was it now an apartment building, but also that the murder case has never been solved. So let me get this straight. You're basing your screenplay on the murder, and that's the reason you chose to stay here. Precisely. I see. Charles, as this means a lot to you, and it's your big chance and all, I'm gonna keep your coming in here a secret. Thank you, Mr. Hyde. I'm sure this is going to become a wonderful story. The title is Door to the Past. It's about a murder inside a closed-down hotel. The murderer is a member of the hotel front desk staff. He conceals the evidence on the 4th floor of the hotel. I've been using Mr. White from room 306 as my basis for the killer. Something about him fits the profile of a killer, don't you think? I'm sure he'd be thrilled to hear that. I suppose I won't know unless I ask him. Perhaps I can add you to the story too. There's still room for an accomplice. Don't even think about it. Come on, it'll be fun. Besides, I know what you've been up to. What does that mean? I know you sometimes go up and have a look around from the 4th floor. You're just like the bad guy in my story. What? Don't worry though. You're not the only person who likes looking around up there. I've been up there lots of times too. The hell for? Started going up there a while back when I was looking for inspiration for my story. Took an 8mm camera with me and did some filming too. Caught something really interesting when I was up there. Yeah, what'd you take? I'm sure you'd like me to tell you, so I'll make you a deal. If you tell me what you were looking for when you went up there, I'll show you the film. You got yourself a deal. Now, show me the film. Off to... No, that's not... it. Where the fuck is Charles? Was he on the 3rd floor? I don't remember where he lives. Wait, no, was it 206? Fuck. Dude, I don't know. I think it's 206. Where are you going? No, I'm wrong. It's on the 3rd floor. I was right the first time and I second-guessed myself. Fuck. Alright, are you... 305? Yes. So this is Charles's room. Oh, I fucking... What a cock. Charles, show me the 8mm film you took on the 4th floor. I will, but don't forget our promise. You have to tell me what you're looking for when you go up there. Same as you. I don't understand. I'm investigating an incident that happened here quite a while ago. That's why I've been spending time up on the 4th floor. The incident you're talking about, Mr. Hyde. When'd you find out about it? Got wind of it not too long ago. Just after I found out we'd all be leaving this place. Learned that something terrible happened here in the past. I mean, would you believe it? Just days before we'll all be out of here. I get caught up in an ancient case I know nothing about. So, there you go. The reason why I've been going up to the 4th floor. It's quite interesting, but there's one more thing I'd like to ask you. I haven't got all day, you know, kid. I'm so keen on finding out about such an old case. I mean, I'm interested because I want to use it as the basis of my story. But what about you, Mr. Hyde? I've always been the kind of person who enjoys solving problems. Used to be a detective, after all. You did? Were you really a detective? Yeah, I was. Up until 4 years ago, anyway. I guess the reason I'm so keen on this case has something to do with my detective's instinct. So now you're a detective salesman. I had no idea you were such an interesting person. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear more about your past next time. Listen, kid, I don't care if you find me interesting or not. My past's nothing special. You should stick to the unsolved case that happened here instead. Now, show me the film you took, Charles. Just a moment, Mr. Hyde. Pretty sure this is where I left it. Sorry about that. Well, here it is. 8mm film, just like I promised. Cool, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Can you make out what's on it, Mr. Hyde? Let's have a look. Looks like somebody's been caught on camera. But who was it? That's the question. By the looks of it, that watch they're wearing seems to be a man. I wonder who it could be. It's a shame this film doesn't show us their identity. Who'd be up there on the 4th floor so late at night anyway? I'd really like to know who they are and what they're doing. You and me both, kid. Judging from their build and the kind of clothes they got on, I'm sure it's a guy. What with that fire door up there serving as fairly good security, I'd have thought most people wouldn't be able to get in. So, you think the person on this film is someone already living in this building? Certainly is a possibility. Could be right. I've got it. I know a way we can learn the true identity of the person on this film. There's a way we can find out right away. And how are you going to do that? Magic? No, photographs. Help me get the characters right in my story. I took photos of the interior here. When I did that, I occasionally called some of the tenants in these shots. The time you showed me those photos, I think. I have some developed ones right here. There's one still in the camera, though. Not developed, huh? That's not going to help us much. What if it's the crucial one? If you're not, we can develop it here. You can do that. Sure, I can. I got everything we need to right here, and we can use the bathroom to do it in. There's one small problem, though. My red lamp is broken. Mr. Hyde, do you have anything we could use instead? Something like your red lamp, huh? It's not going to be easy, but no harm in having a look around. Do you have like a red piece of plastic? Do I have something in my bag? Alright, I'm gonna take a look around here for maybe something. I don't know. High quality writing paper on the desk, along with a fountain pen. I don't think this is the same paper that was used for the order sheet. Oh shit, here we go! It's kind of small black container in the drawer. Might have something to do with developing photographs. Films for a camera. Photos on them already. Small clips of some kind. Bag of... shit. Oh shit! I knew I came back for something in this room. I checked the cardboard box to see if there was anything in it. But no. It's this. Huh. Ah, now this might work. Good thing I'm too lazy to put things in the trash. Take the red wrapping. Hell yeah. Is that like good enough? Okay, should I go back to Charles now? Hopefully that's good enough. Yo, I think I got the solution to our problem. Show me what you found, Mr. Hyde. Sure. I found this red wrapping. Figured you could throw this over the lamp. Well, what do you think? Might work. If we do as you say, it should give us just the right kind of light we need. Let's give it a try. Please place it over the lamp. Sounds simple enough. In the bathroom. Is that the lamp? Red wrapping. Go with the lamp with the red wrapping. Looks like it'll do the trick. Time to let Charles you see my handiwork. Okay, looks like we're all set to get started. Now we got the right kind of light, we can begin to develop the photos. Charles, let me do it. Sure if you like, but have you ever done this before? Not even once. Maybe you should let somebody who knows what they're doing take care of it. But then again, if you really want to try, alright then. I suppose I could talk to you through it. Find the freshly printed film on the workbench next to the toilet, place it into the liquid-filled tray, and move it around until the image appears. When you're happy the image is clear enough, remove it from the tray. It's very important you give the paper adequate time in the liquid. Not too much, though. Timing for taking the photo out is critical. Come on, kid, it's not rocket science, is it? Alright, let's fucking go. This workbench with stuff for developing photos on it. I love the red filter on the portraits. It's pretty sick. Must be freshly printed film. The reason why Hyde wants to do it is because the game wants to get to the gameplay. Alright. Move it around. When do? Fuck, no, shit. I fucked up. Crap. What happened? I'm coming in, Mr. Hyde. Fucked up. We're able to develop the photo okay. Oh, that's the thing. I might have messed up the timing for the taking it. Photo looks kind of blurry. What have you done? Did I tell you the timing for taking it out has to be perfect? Might have mentioned it. That was the last print we had. Never know for certain. Never. Fucking shit. And this is why you leave shit to the professionals. People who know what the fuck they're doing. Alright, move it around, move it around, move it around, move it around. Give it a little bit of time. Take it out. Yeah, got it. Second try. That's the time. That's the trick. Looks like I'm natural. Nice to see you again, Frank Raver. Looked like he was wearing a watch. Just need to compare this photo to the film. Did you get a clean image, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, piece of cake. Maybe I should change my career. Very good, Mr. Hyde. While you were doing that when I got the other photos ready, maybe you'd like to compare them. Take the photo of Tony. Photo of Will. What, no photo of me? Why am I given the exclusionary treatment? Alright, compare to the film. Try to compare the photo with the 8mm film. Where's the hand? There's the hand. No way that's Frank's. Alright. Didn't even need to develop the fuck. Didn't even need to develop Frank's then. Clearly. Alright. Photo of Tony. Compare with the film. Let's see if Tony's the secret mastermind behind all this. Just keep on doing it. There we go. Nah, not Tony. That just leaves one person. One it could possibly be. I wonder who it's Will. It's Will. He hasn't done fucking anything else in the story thus far. Of course it's gotta be him. Yup, that's his watch. That's it. Bingo. Hold on. There's a camera there with him. Maybe he caught something on film. Settles it. The person on the film was none other than Will White. Now to figure out what the hell he was doing up on the 4th floor. Mr. Hyde, how'd it go? I know who the person in the film was. Turns out our mystery star was Will White. Really? Interesting. What do you think he was doing up there, though? I'm afraid I haven't cracked that part yet. Well, I would go and ask him, but I doubt he'd tell you, even if you ask nicely. I'll get to the bottom of this, don't you worry. Okay, I'll leave it to you. Guess I won't be needing this film anymore. Might as well return it. Thanks for showing me this, Charles. I gotta go. Okay. So it was Will. I think he and I need to have a frank Q&A session. Well, I'm not talking to Frank. Frank's down the hall. I'm talking to Will. 306. Yo, Will. Are you in? Oh, you are? Oh, never mind. Leslie, Mr. White hasn't been home since yesterday. Charles, did you think it would be that simple? What do you want about? Sure, I know you told me that you were looking into him and his activities, but does that mean you're just going to meet up and ask him a couple questions? Somebody who used to be a detective, I was hoping for a more exciting approach. Can't say I'm not disappointed. Charles, if you've got something to say, just go ahead and say it already. Okay, Mr. Hyde, I will. I believe I know far more about Mr. White and what he gets up to than you do. Why, you say? Well, that's because I've had my eye on him for a while now. You mean you've been watching him? Yes, keeping tabs on his movements. He's rarely home, but there's somebody who visits room 306 on a regular basis. When he does come home, he goes out again very late at night. I'm almost certain that he's not a real salesman. You need to do a lot more than ask questions if you want to get to the bottom of this. Yeah, what do you have in mind? Torture? Very funny. I meant you should definitely take a look around in 306 when he's out. Now might be a good chance to do so. Fancy yourself as a bit of a detective yourself, do you? Not quite, but 2 sets of eyes have got to be better than 1, right? Suppose you got a way to get into the lock room too, have you? That's easy. We can use some wire to pick the lock. Way to go, Charles. Outstanding. Maybe a brief stint in jail will help you add authenticity to your story too. Won't get caught, trust me. Charles, stop. Hello, Charles. The hell was Dylan doing in there? What on earth were you doing in there? I was just... Well, I was just passing by and heard a noise. I knew Mr. White was out, so I was worried. Figured I'd see if I could find who made the noise by peering through the keyhole. That's what happened, isn't it, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, just like the kid said. I was just about to take a look. You burst out. You took me completely by surprise. What are you doing in Will White's room, Dylan? Nothing much. I was taking care of something Mr. White asked me to do. And what was that? He asked me to turn the water off while he was out. Turn it off? Why'd he ask you to do that? Prepare to move out, of course. Got a spare key, so I let myself in. Don't people normally turn the water off last before moving out? Dylan. It's just like I just told you, I'm only doing what he asked me to do. Anyway, I have to go now. Dylan looks flustered as he moves away and disappears.